Hi YouTube, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my most embarrassing moments in middle school. Ugh, I can't believe I'm exposing myself like this. Whatever, I don't care anymore. So I'm gonna break it down into story titles or whatever, and I came up with them myself, but it has to do with the actual story. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys like the video. So let's get on to it. Okay, so this one is called the oil treatment at school. So it just makes me laugh every time I think about it. So I wanted to do my hair. I think I was like in the 7th or 8th grade, around there. I'm pretty sure it was the seventh. I wanted to do my hair the day before. Around that time, my hair was like in a lot of different stages. It was like freshly relaxed and everything, and it was about to get into that transition stage. And I felt like my hair didn't look as shiny as I wanted to, so I did an oil treatment. If you guys don't know what an oil treatment is, long story short, it's like when you heat up oil and you put that in your hair, and that like helps with shine and moisture for your hair, whatever. Um, so I decided to do that the day before, and I didn't think you really should not do this. What I'm about to tell you guys, I let it stay in my hair overnight. So I did an oil treatment, didn't wash it out, didn't like do what I was supposed to do to properly treat my hair after the whole treatment and everything, because you're not supposed to leave it overnight or something like that. And even if you do, or something like that, or extreme, you shouldn't be going out the next day without completely treating your hair like shampoo, the rest of the steps. So I had school the next day. I thought I would have enough time. I don't know what I did the next morning. I think I just rinsed it out really quickly. Completely forgot that oil and water don't mix. Like, I didn't really take time. Like, around that time, I should really give my hair a couple hours during the day. Long story short, I go to school. I don't remember what period during the day this was, but it was one of my classes. I knew it was like sometime later on in the day because this was a while. I don't know if people were looking at my hair at this point or whatever. Long story short, my friend, she was like one of my classes or whatever, or like she was just like, Sybil, your hair looks really shiny or whatever like that. And I'm like, what, really? And I start touching my hair, and I'm just like, and I don't think I was realizing this throughout the day, but I was like, ah, it can't be true. It's just a little oil. Who doesn't find like, hair grease or something in their hair every once in a while? Oh my gosh, guys. I make an excuse to go to the bathroom, like get the bathroom pass, go to the bathroom. All this oil in my hand, more than it should be. I'm like in the sink, like trying to take the oil out of my hair. Oh my gosh, it was a mess. That was one of my horrifying hair moments in middle school. So, yeah, story number one done. Let's move on to story number two. So, this one, I'm gonna name it the back brace hug crush. I know, like, that's like a mouthful, but you'll understand it once you hear the story. Okay, so we all had that middle school crush, you already know. And the guy that I like, he had like really cute, like black hair, whatever. I'm not gonna describe him, whatever. I don't care anymore. So we were in the same English class in 8th grade. And I don't even know how it like winded up like this. So it was sometime during class, like I think he was saying hi to me or whatever. We were talking really short, and whenever your crush is talking to you, you're stuttering, you're acting stupid. At this point, before I like continue on with the story, I have scoliosis, so I had to wear a back brace, and the brace I was wearing was so uncomfortable, and it was hard. It was like if you tapped on my back or like any part of like my body where the brace was, like it was like that type of material. Like it was like you can hear it if someone were to tap me or bump into me. It was really hard. Oh my gosh, I had to wear like a t-shirt, underwear. Oh my gosh, like God, it made my whole back feel uncomfortable. Like my whole back feel comfortable. So okay, let's continue on with the story. So we were talking and everything, and he was being sweet and whatever, and I guess he gave me a hug for some reason. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's like the first time he's ever like hugged me or, and stuff like that. I was like, oh, here's my moment. And all you hear is like him give me a hug. And then I guess like, like sometimes when you give somebody a hug, you might pat their back a little bit, or even if you give them a hug, you feel like their body or something like that. I think he like tapped my back a little bit, and then all you hear is, and I'm just like, no, oh my gosh, no. I can't. So he was just like, and then we kind of like edged out of the hug. He was like, what was that? I'm just like, I don't even remember what I said. I think I was just like, that's my back brace. So like, yeah. And then it was just a really awkward moment. At that point, I just made an excuse. Like, after like a couple of seconds, I was like, yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. Anyway, and I just walked out of the classroom. Oh my gosh, guys. And that's what I call the back brace, because it's for my back. Hug, because he gave me a hug, and then crush, because he was my 8th grade crush. Oh my gosh. Well, I told my friend this story. She started laughing. She was like, oh my gosh. All the most awkward things happen to you. I'm just like, yeah, that's what happens. Middle school. So, on to this next story. I'm not really fond of this one, but I feel like we all had, I'm gonna call this one the classroom fight. Okay, yep. Don't get too excited. Okay, because I feel like at some point, everyone has at least been in some type of fight or altercation at school. So, this was like our 8th grade English class. I remember it quite vividly. And there was a substitute teacher and whatever. And it was like 20 something minutes before the end of like the day. So it was our last period of class. And my crush was there and everything. And I just remember us doing an activity that we had to use our computers. And I guess, like when you're in middle school, you might not dress as nicely as you want to or whatever. You have that awkward stage. Like, guys, my hair was relaxed. It was like short. It was like transition. I had in like ponytails, whatever. I had braces. I had a back brace. And my clothes were mismatched. So I was kind of bullied a lot in middle school. So this girl, I guess she wasn't fond of me, I guess. Like, she always kind of made fun of me, and then like other days she might say hi. So it was a really weird I guess classmate that I had, or whatever, acquaintance or whatever you call it. She was in my grade, and I guess you can say in that time period people would probably perceive her as the popular mean girl or something like that. I don't like to use the word popular. I just don't like it. So I just, like, in the corner of my eye, I think she was sitting behind me or next to me, and like I just kept kind of peeking near her because I felt like she was doing something shady, and I realized that she was taking pictures of, like, random pictures of me and laughing, and I think she was laughing by herself or with another kid in class or whatever. I'm just like, can you please stop? And I'm not gonna tell you guys her name or whatever, but I'm just like, let's just call her Kay. Can you please stop, Kay? Like, we're not gonna do this, okay? We're not gonna do this, all right now. We're not gonna do this. And she's just like, I'm not taking any pictures of you. Do your own work or whatever. I'm just like, oh, whatever. If she does this again or two, I'm gonna snap or whatever like that. Like, I'm getting, like, at that point, I was really getting annoyed because, at that time she was bullying me. I was like, I'm getting annoyed with, like, your messed up behavior or whatever. So I think she took another one. She kept laughing. I went back, like, where her desk was. I took her computer and I went to go sit on the other side of the class, like where the wall is. Like when your teacher makes like that little section in the classroom where there's like pillows or anything, like a place where you can sit against the wall somewhere. I remember in, like, I don't know, the opposite side of the door. Like, I don't know, near the classroom. I'm not going to explain the classroom setup. But she's like, what the heck are you doing? And I'm just like, I'm deleting whatever you have of me because it's wrong, like, what you have. So I was near the wall, like, taking it away, and I was, like, starting, I guess I was just, like, I tend to kind of do this. I tend to be like, oh, this girl is so freaking annoying. And I say that out loud, but, like, in a whisper voice, like, kind of what I just said to you guys right now. So she comes over me, and she's just like, yo, give me back my computer, right? And then, like, at this point, so I'm, like, in this position, okay, right? So I'm, like, sitting down on the floor, and she's over top of me. So at a certain angle in the classroom, the seats were, like, right, like, on the opposite side of it. So, like, where the people in the classroom were sitting, and yes, my whole classroom was there, it looked like she was pretty much hovered over me and everything. At that point, all I remember is, like, her trying to grab the computer, and I'm, like, grabbing her, like, trying to push her off me or grabbing her hair, whatever. You know how middle school is. People say be grabbing hair. But, like, I can already tell, like, how other people saw it. It just looked like she was, like, hitting me and beating my, and it was just, it lasted for, like, a good minute or so. Yeah, you would think the substitute teacher would stop, but she just kind of looked at us like, girl, stop, or something. Like, she was talking to another teacher with her. I'm just like, how you get paid? Like, there's a whole fight in this classroom. You're not trying to do nothing. So, I don't know. After it happened, I got, like, so heated. And at that point, after like a minute, I guess like we got like pushed away from each other, and I kept calling her like, all these curse words, whatever, yelling it out, and like going on a rant. I'm just like, you've always been rude to me and stuff like that. And I was like ranting even when the bell, so I was ranting for like a good 3 or something minutes, like ranting at the bell, and everyone starting to leave class, like acted like nothing was happening. Of course they saw the fight or a little mini fight that we had or something, but I think some people were laughing. Some people just kind of stare and they just kind of go on with their days, so stuff like that. So I'm just like ranting the whole time. And I'm just like, oh, cursing and everything. And we're near our lockers, and the lockers was like a little outside of the classroom or whatever, to my left side or whatever. And I kept ranting because I think she was like near me or across the lockers from me or something like that. And like one of my classmates was like, Sybil, let it go. Like she hit you and whatever, like just let it go. And I'm just like, it just made me, out of that whole situation, it made me feel like I'm the stupid one. Like I was the one that got bullied and everything, but because everything that happened, I was the stupid one because I was ranting because someone just hit me when they shouldn't have. Yeah, so that's pretty much the whole story. I really don't know what came after that, honestly. Did we stay mad at each other and stuff like that? We continued to be in the same grade and everything. We wound up becoming like really, it was a really weird toxic acquaintanceship. I don't know how to explain it. Like sometimes we would be okay with each other, sometimes we would like hate each other, and sometimes it would just be like we're mutual or neutral with each other. I don't know. We wound up being cheerleaders together though in senior year of high school. So yeah. So that's what I would say, the mini classroom fight story. So I hope you guys are ready for the next one, because that one is the one story that like I kind of dreaded for a long time to tell. But honestly, I feel like it's good for me to tell it for I guess certain reasons or whatever. Okay, so this is gonna be my last story. It's one of my longer ones. And this one is called the Valentine's Day Rose Mishap. So, hold on. Gotta drink some water. So this one happened when I was in my 6th grade. So I was around like 12 at the time. And there was this guy that had the locker right next to me. And he was my first, like, I guess you would say middle school crush. And oh my gosh, guys, he was cute at the time. At the time, I was young and stuff like that. I need to say this so you guys kind of understand it later on, but he was like white and everything, and he had like that, I don't know, that Justin Bieber, like that type of wolf hair. You guys know what I'm talking about. So my best friend at the time, she knew that I liked him and everything like that. And around this time, it was like, I liked him ever since school started, because I'm like, I had a crush on him for so long. So this is when February came up. And you know what happens in February? Valentine's Day. So my school had this thing where it's like you can send roses. I think they always do this. Like you can send roses to your best friend or your boyfriend or whatever, and somebody in the school or whatever, something like that. And they told us if you can write your name down or you can write anonymous. So guys, and you know what the worst part is, like they had it at lunch, so you would have to sign up for at lunch. So I would, like, the time that it happened, my friend's like, you can do this, you can do it, just write anonymous, write his name down, you'll be fine. So that's what I did. I was so scared to go up to the table. Like another guy recognized me, he was like, hi Sybil. I had to make sure like no one I knew, probably. I was just really scared to write it down, but I was like, okay, I'm good. But so I write anonymous. I'm not spelling wasn't the best in middle school, guys. Like that, sometimes you mess up words that are that long, okay? So when the day finally, it's making me too hot, okay? So when the day finally came to hand out the roses in homeroom, I was so nervous, you guys. I felt like I was sweating and everything like that. Oh my gosh. So I was just like, don't worry. And then I stopped stressing out for like a good couple minutes. Like as soon as I was the most stressful. They were handing out the roses. But I'm like, wait, I gotta not miss all this so he won't know it's for me. So he got like, I think he got more than one rose, clearly, because I think he was like one of those popular guys, or some of the girls liked him, or at least he might have had a girlfriend. I do not know. I think he like kind of started coming up to me. I was like, me, he shouldn't know anything about what I did. And he was like, oh hey Sybil, like I appreciate that you got this rose for me. No, no, this not supposed to be happening. Like, I was, once again, like, y'all already know, I'm just like, oh, really? I didn't get you no rose. I think I was trying to lie. He's like, oh, but you spelled my last name wrong or something like that. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Anyway, I think I just made an excuse. I just left the classroom. I was like, what the freak? Within like the next like 2 days, I was just really stressed. Like, I heard that apparently my best friend at the time, she went to go tell my other friend, and that friend apparently spread a rumor all over the school that I like this guy next to me or whatever. After that day, he like kind of tried to ignore me from school. I was the most nervous wreck. I didn't even know that there was a rumor spreading. Like, a lot of the time, if there was a rumor spreading about me, I do not know because I do not care. I try not to get involved, or nobody tells me. So after, I want to say within that week, because I don't remember after a couple of days, but I want to say within the next 3 days, I talked to my friend because I really was confused. Like, he wasn't talking to me or anything about that. So I was in my gallery downstairs in my house and like just walking on the top of furniture. When you're on the phone, sometimes I don't know about y'all. I would sometimes like walk on the front. I don't do that no more. But I used to like walk on the furniture because I would be bored. I'm like, oh, exercise. So she called me and I'm just like, I really don't know what happened. And she pretty much told me, she was like, sorry, Sybil, like I did it for your own good, but I wanted to tell, the friend. I didn't know she was gonna like spread it to everybody, but I just wanted him to know also that you liked him. And I was like, I was getting mad at her for that. And there's another reason also why I was getting mad at her. So she told me, she's like, she actually talked to him. And I was like, oh, okay, did he say anything about the situation? So he pretty much, like, this is kind of what made me sad, but I kind of understood it. But he pretty much told her that, like, he didn't want to be with me because I'm black. And he's, I guess, not into black girls. So I was like, when she kind of told me that, I kind of, like, froze. And I was just like, I guess it doesn't hurt as much because I understand people have their own preferences. I think it just hurt more that he didn't have, to me, it's just like, you can hurt someone, but it hurts a lot more when it comes from somebody else. So I'm just like, oh, you didn't even have the courage enough. Not only do you not like me, but you can't even tell me that to my face. Yeah, I would have still been embarrassed. I would have still been upset. But I would have been like, okay, at least he told me that. Like, I really don't like when people don't tell me stuff to my face. Like, they're too scared that another person has to tell me. He probably didn't even know that Maddie was going to tell me or anything like that. He was just going to leave me in the dark. So, yeah, pretty much. I kind of held a grudge. Like, I told her I forgave her at that point, but it literally took me, like, until, like, 8th grade, 9th grade, around that time to really, like, understand and forgive her about that incident because it always kind of lingered in my mind. And I'm going to tell you guys this, something in sophomore year. His brother and him moved, like, a year after that, but sophomore year, he came to, like, one of our high school, till I got back to his old high school, which was, like, my high school that I went to. And it was, like, a little dance thing. It was, like, a sophomore dance. I forget what it was called. But, I was looking all cute. He was just like, oh, my gosh, Sybil, you look so pretty and everything. He gave me a hug. I was like, oh, hey. And I was like, oh, my gosh. Yeah, now you looking at me because I'm all dressed up and cute. But I'm the same girl. I'm the same Sybil from middle school. And you couldn't get this. So somebody else is going to get it, okay? No, I went to the dance with my friends. I didn't go with a boy. I went with my friends. It was so much more fun. It's so much, to me, it's just like, if you have a date, fine. But it's like, it's so much more fun to go with friends. So that's pretty much what happened. So when it comes to that story, what I kind of learned is like, people sometimes look out for you and like you might not forgive them, but it sometimes takes you time to forgive people or try to understand why they did that. Like, really marinate like with like why certain people do actions the way that they do. And to me, it's just like, just be honest. Even if it's gonna hurt the person's feeling, just be honest. Like, don't do that, like, leave them in the dark type of thing. Don't ghost them. I feel like ghosting's really mean. I mean, if there's a reason why, if, like, they're stalking you or something like that, like, they're really creepy, I think that's, like, there's certain reasons why you should ghost someone. But, like, in general, if you're gonna break up with someone, just break up with them. Don't cheat. Don't say that you do not like them and let someone else tell them. I don't even think he knew that he was letting someone else tell him. But to me, it's just like, he knew I liked him. He knew I got him a rose. But I guess he's just like, this girl, I guess, in a way, is not up to my standards, or I guess is not pretty enough, or I don't like her skin tone, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. But at least tell me you don't like me to my face. Don't be a coward. Okay? So yeah, guys, that was my video. I hope you guys liked it. Oh my gosh, all my embarrassing moments. It feels so good to just let this off my chest. Like, you would think I would be embarrassed, and I keep saying, oh my gosh, why am I exposing myself? But it's honestly not that bad. But I hope you guys liked it. If you want any more story times, honestly, I don't think a lot happened to me too much in middle school. I just think a lot more happened to me in middle school and high school. But those are the most vivid memories that I remember from middle school. But yeah, I really was the awkward girl. Okay. So I hope you guys like that. If you guys want me to do more ranting or story times, let me know in the comment box below. And let me know too, have you ever been bullied? What is your most embarrassing moment in middle school? If you want to tell that, tell me in the comment box below. Okay, bye guys. See ya. Bye.